Alrighty, poker fam. So we have officially made it to Ameristar. This is where we're gonna be hitting up the poker tables at. I'm pretty excited about this. I think it's gonna be a fun time. I think the max buy-in is $300. Level 2. Level 2. Just so you know, press star 2 when you come to Ameristar to get to the casino floor. Actually officially inside Ameristar now. I believe the poker rooms are going to be somewhere around here. So we're going to go find those rooms, get on the table, buy in for the max, which I believe is $300 on a 1-2 table, and run it up. Let's bring a little Texas out here to Colorado. We are specifically in Blackhawk, Colorado. So let's see how we do. We have Jack 7 offsuit in the big blind. And the reason why I put this hand in the vlog is it's actually a very good example of how to be very careful and how to navigate when you do hit top pairs such as this hand, but with a very poor kicker. Most of the time you're going to be out kicked. So you don't want to throw too much money into this pot, bleeding chips, when someone's going to easily have Jack 9, Jack 10, Queen Jack. You're not going to fare very well and you're going to be losing a lot of money. Moving along, limps 4 ways to us, and we decided to check our option in the big blind. So 5 ways to the flop. The flop comes out Jack 6-3 with 2 clubs. So perfect example here. Under the gun leads out for $10, and he gets called down by under the gun 1, button, and myself. So gonna play this very carefully. Hopefully we can improve. The turn comes the 10 of diamonds. So not really a good card because any Jack 10 just improved to top 2 pair, which doesn't really matter because we would have been behind anyways with our 7 kicker. Under the gun continues the aggression and leads this time for $25, and he gets 1 caller from under the gun 1. Button and myself decide on a fold. There's no way I'm going to continue along and throw any more money into this pot. I know for a fact, without a shadow of a doubt, I am behind. All right, on to the next hand. We're finally dealt a decent hand with ace queen offsuit in the cutoff. Limps 2 ways to me, and I raise it up to $12 and get both the limpers to call for middle position and low jack. So we're going 3 ways to the flop, and the flop comes out king 10 rainbow. Pretty dynamic board, and all we have here is an overcard and a gut shot straight draw. So when it checks around to me, I decide to take my free turn card, see if I can pick up any equity on the turn. And sure enough, we do. The turn comes a queen. So when it checks to me again, I decide to send my bluff here for $10. I do have a pair, but that's really about it. If anyone raises me here, I'm just gonna make an easy fold. But instead, they all fold. So we take this pot down. So not too much excitement happening here at Ameristar, but don't worry, the hands do get better later on. On to the next hand. The ladies have been searching for us high and low and finally found us on the button. That's right, we get dealt pocket queens. I raise it up to $10 and only get 2 callers from the small blind and low jack. Wait, what? That's right. You heard it. I made it $10. Before you blast me on the comments, let me explain my logic, okay? Normally back home in Texas, I would raise this up to $17 to $20. However, here, everyone is playing extremely tight and extremely passive. Anytime I've raised it to $15 to $17, everyone folds and I don't make any money. So I decided to take a little bit of a risk here. I'm going to honor my decision. Hopefully I don't regret it. Alrighty, moving along. The flop comes out queen 8-6 with 2 spades. So beautiful flop for a hand. We are definitely way ahead. Only thing we have to worry about is any of the flush draws. So when it checks to me, I decide to check back. I don't really put any of my opponents on a flush draw. Most likely they have some kind of an overcard. So I want to give them an opportunity to catch up, hopefully on the turn. The turn is an ugly card. It is the 4 of spades. So not really the best card for us, especially when small blind decides to lead out for $15. So now I am putting my opponent on a flush draw. Low jack decides to fold, and for this price, I cannot fold. So I decide on a call, hoping to improve on the river, and it comes beautifully for us with the 4 of diamonds. Heck yeah. We improve to a full house, we boat up, and music to our ears, our opponent leads for $25. I'm in the tank here. I'm really just Hollywooding here. I'm trying to think of an amount that our opponent would call. I decided to go with $75, and he's in the tank. He tanks for a while. He has his cards in his hand. Looks like he's about to fold. Please don't fold. Please don't fold. And instead, he makes the call, and we show our hand, and we scoop this pot. Looking back, I think $100 to $125 3-bet would have been a better amount. I think he might have called $100. I don't know about $125. That's a little much, but we'll never know. Something to keep in mind for next time. Alrighty, on to the next hand. Next hand of note, we get the upside down candy canes in the under the gun position, pocket jacks. Lead out for $12 here. Folds all the way around, of course, to the small blind, who makes the call. Heads up to the flop, and the flop comes out ace 9-4 with 2 hearts. Pretty bad board here, as there is an overcard and a flush draw on the board. When my opponent checks to me, I for some reason check back. This is definitely a mistake on my part. With a flush draw and an overcard on the board, I should be leading out here to protect my hand. But as played, I check. The turn comes the 5 of hearts. This is exactly the card I was worried about. Horrible card. Flush is now there. But when my opponent checks to me, I decided to take this opportunity to represent the flush and lead out for $15. Hopefully this is a bet that confuses him and allows him to fold. However, he makes the call. So not feeling too good, going to the river. River comes out the 7 of hearts. I am officially done with this hand. I'm officially done. This is a horrible card. But he checks to me. I decided to check behind. I'm pretty much done. I don't want to get check raised off this hand. I'm curious to see what he has. And he shows down the 3 of spades and the 3 of clubs. Somehow we managed to win this pot, and we take it down with our pocket jacks. That was incredible. I for sure thought I was losing this hand. Alrighty, on to the next one. We've been dealt queens and jacks. Might as well get pocket kings. That's right, and we're in the hijack. Limps a few ways to me, and I raise it up to $12 and get 2 callers from cutoff and middle position. 3 ways to the flop, and the flop comes out 10 of clubs, 9 of clubs, 7 of diamonds. Middle position checks to me, and with this board being a fairly coordinated and fairly dynamic board, definitely straight draw and flush draws are looming. I lead out for $17, cutoff folds, and as he's folding, he throws his cards in the muck, and they show face up pocket 6s. This is great information for us for 2 specific reasons. Number 1, one of the 6s is a club. So this takes out 1 out of the 9 clubs that are remaining in the deck for a flush draw. 2, these 2 6s give the cutoff a gut shot straight draw. This definitely removes a lot of outs and a lot of cards that I would have to be worried about on the later streets. Moving along, middle position makes the call. Turn is the 8 of hearts. So I look over to my left and I see the cutoff is extremely disappointed, borderline disgusted. He has his hand over his face. He couldn't believe that he folded. He ended up turning the lower end of the straight. Glad we don't have to worry about that. Middle position checks to us, and I decide on a check as well, being the fact that there's 4 to a straight on the board, and I don't really like where this board is going for us. I want to pot control and see if we can improve on the river. The river doesn't bring any help. It comes in the form of the Queen of Hearts. This is another bad card for us, so we're pretty much giving up on this hand. But when my opponent checks to me, I decided to take this opportunity and lead out for $15. All we have is an overpair, and it looks like that's good enough as our opponent decides on a fold. All right, so decided to take a break, get some fresh air. They're actually not too fond of people recording. I actually got told by the security guard to stop recording the casino itself because I wanted to get some B-roll. But so far I've been pretty secretive. I've been able to capture decent amount of hands. Got pocket queens twice, and I wasn't able to record the first one, but I did record the second one. And river to boat. Got pocket kings. That was a little scary because there's the board was pretty coordinated with straight draws and flush draws. But we ended up taking that one down, so not too bad. We're up about 140. Probably gonna have to leave here soon because I gotta take a shuttle back to my Airbnb. So, but let's get back in it. Hopefully we can win a couple more pots and go from there. But before I go back inside, please, if you enjoy the content that I'm putting out and the B-roll and all that good stuff, please like, please subscribe. Really helps me out a ton. Really shows your support. And thanks to those who have already subscribed. I really appreciate it. You are my poker fan. Appreciate y'all. Alrighty, let's get back in. After our halftime huddle, heading back to the table, the dealer waves at us and asks us if we want to be dealt in. I say sure, why not? And we're in the under the gun position. I look down at the beautiful ace queen of diamonds. I had already raised it to $15. I just hit the record button a little late and got calls from the small blind and big blind. So 3 ways to the flop, and the flop comes out king of diamonds, 8 of spades, 7 of clubs. Pretty dry board. We do have an overcard and a backdoor flush draw, but that's about it. Both small blind and big blind check to me. I see bet for $30. I look at this as a great opportunity to semi-bluff, to scoop an easy pot, and sure enough, both of my opponents decide on a fold. As I'm collecting my chips, my opponents say, show the bluff, and I decide, you know what, I haven't shown a hand yet, sure, why not? I want to bring some excitement to this table, and I show my cards. They knock on the table and say, nice one, man. We're extremely card dead, and I wanted to put a little spotlight on the hands that we're folding until we're dealt this next hand. Check it out. Final hand of the vlog, we got 2 red aces, beautiful looking cards on the small blind. Everyone limps all the way to the button, who actually starts to grab some chips and was going to raise it to $17. I saw the 3 red chips and the 2 white chips in his hand, but instead he throws 1 red chip down and only makes it $12. So let's help him out. Let's encourage him. I 3-bet to $36, and they all fold one by one. Makes no sense to me. I don't know what button was doing raising if he was just going to fold to a 3-bet. I mean, come on, it's only $24 more, man. That's pretty much it, guys. This is the last hand of the vlog. After that, action was extremely dry, and I was basically nodding off, falling asleep. Overall, pretty cool poker room, pretty cool spot. I'd definitely come back. We decided to rack our chips and head to the cage. So as you can see here, we left Ameristar, which is right here behind us, and we are actually headed to our shuttle. Hopefully we can catch it. I think it takes off at 7, and right now it's 6:50, so I'm breathing a little hard just because. Give me a minute. I gotta run across. Give me one quick minute. Nice. Okay. About to walk into another casino to be able to. It's the exit only. Great. Perfect. Well, in here we gotta find the shuttle. It's gonna be here somewhere. Hopefully we can find it. Make it back in time for dinner. And. But yeah, so we bought in the game for $300. We won a few more hands right at the end after our break when I spoke with you last. And we now cashed out for $174. So not a bad win. Hold on, I gotta go inside. They don't let me record. Okay, gotta leave the mask on, but we officially made it on the shuttle. We are heading back. Wow, it got dark out of nowhere. There you go, nice. It's all about the angles, I guess. All about the angles. Thank you everyone for tuning in. Thank you everyone for checking out the channel. This may or may not be my outro because this is pretty bad. But again, I really appreciate those that are supporting my channel. Oh, there you go. Turn it back on. I'm gonna support those that show me love and subscribed already. I still have the goal. Ladies and gentlemen, to get to 2,000 subscribers at the end of this year. So help me get to that point. Help me reach that milestone. I cannot do it without each and every one of y'all's help. So look out for your boy. Help your boy out. And I got a lot of big plans coming up for the vlog, so thank you for being patient with me and staying faithful with me. I appreciate it. Much love. Anyways, clocking out. Gonna take a little nap.